Good evening. Good evening. I should be here. There should be my voice coming out of my face. Tonight, I am being Custer. Because today, I shall fix that. We don't want an echo. We do not want an echo. That should hopefully remove the echo. This should hopefully remove the echo. Job done. It's the 25th of June, which is the day of the Battle of the Little Bighorn. Technically the first day, it's going on for a couple of days, but it's the important day, the day when General Custer met his last stand, or had his last stand. I'm sitting down though, because I'm not standing up yet. That's for later. This is a DOS game from 1995. So let's get started. Oh, illegal command. Let's try again. Watch me type things wrong in DOS. There we go. As someone pointed out on one video, this looks like a Greek fascist or symbol, but in a mirror image, apparently. There should be sound. Is there sound coming out of the computer? Because there should be. Definitely should be sound. Excellent. Is anyone getting any sound from the game? Drums? Any drums, anybody? So 1995, incredible simulations. There should be the sound of drums. So on the left you've got a picture of obviously of Custer and various photographs. Oh, I lost people. So there should be a sound of drums coming through. Have I lost all my viewers? I could have lost all my viewers. Yeah. People have other things to do, and I appreciate that. Have I lost my viewers? I'm going to assume that people are still here and you can hear the drums. I'm going to click mouse to begin. Now we have sad music. Excellent. Thanks, Turbo Bobo. So, this is Custer's Last Command, a game from 1995 for DOS. Excellent. There's not a lot of sound in this game, but there is some. So this is the map. And we can look at the map. Here is the Little Bighorn Valley. The Little Bighorn flows north into the Bighorn River. Bighorn River being the longest river in North America that flows north, 500 kilometres long. And this is a game about the Battle of the Little Bighorn. North is to the left. And we are going to play. The game offers various historical bits of information about, for example, George Armstrong Custer, who was a general, a major general actually, but only a brevet general. And that was during the Civil War. After that, he went down again, back to being a lieutenant colonel. And at the time of the battle, he did not have lovely long hair because he was going bald and he shaved it off. But we're going to start the game. The game does not have a manual. However, I've worked it out. So you have some choices. You can play both sides as people. You can play both sides as computers. Oh yes! You can play by email if you really want to. You've got various options. I'm activating Fog of War. Let's move around. So you've got historical setup, which is Custer divides the 7th into different parts. So there is Custer's battalion of 5 companies. Reno's battalion, 3 companies. Benteen's battalion, 3 companies off scouting somewhere. And 1 company with the pack train. You can have the 7th United. You can have the 2nd Cavalry joining in. You can also give Custer some Gatling guns. Custer and his mate and his cavalry are armed with carbines. Simply trapdoor carbines, where you fired once and then reloaded like that with a trapdoor, extract the shell, extract the copper, put a new bullet in, close, and fire again. This couldn't be done on horseback. Also, the new copper rounds would expand with heat and would get jammed. We have options for the engines. How many weapons have they got? How many Henry rifles? How many carbines? How many bows? Henry rifles are repeaters. In combat, how many war lances and war clubs? How many bullets they have? Also note, the cavalry do not carry sabres. They've left them behind because they're a bit loud and a bit clanky. The Indians are not expecting an attack, but there are about 2,000 of them waiting for me, and I've got about 600 men. Let's have it how it works. To Gary Owen and glory. Gary Owen, of course, was also the theme tune of the British Light Brigade, who did that famous charge. So these are our units to start with. If we look at the map, we are here on the south of the valley, heading downstream. The hostiles are somewhere to the north of us. Up on the eastern bank, the right-hand bank, you've got a load of hills and ridges. The left bank is pretty much flat. The group on the bottom is Reno's battalion, and the scouts, which at the top is Custer, and Custer has given orders to Reno to charge the village. Now you know there's a village around here somewhere, and we've caught them by surprise. So this will all go very well. Down here we have Company A in two platoons, 25 men mounted, Company G, Company M, and the Indians under Lieutenant Varnum. We have choices what we can do. We can, at this stage, we can change our formation between column and line. We can dismount. We can toggle our weapons, or we can end the turn. But for now, we want Reno to advance. So he crosses over this river, as does the rest of his men, Captain Moylan. It's all going to be lovely because we're the 7th Cavalry and there's nobody who can beat us because we are the best of the best of the best, sir. So what I'm doing so far, when you click on your pieces, you get 10 movement points. You get the same number of movement points if you're mounted or dismounted, except movement costs more. So movement on the grass costs 1. Crossing a river seems to cost a bit more. And this arrow here is Lieutenant Varnum. 2 sorts of strength. Close combat strength, for which they have a Colt 6-shooter. But the long range fire using a carbine. And we currently have high morale, which is good. We're going to advance up here. We're now going to go up. And we want to be a bit sneaky with Mr. Custer. We want to catch him by surprise. So by doing so, we're going to head up and around. That's Custer himself, the cross swords. Company E was called the White Horse Company because they were on white horses. Before the Battle of the Washita in 1868, Custer reorganised all the horses of the cavalry, so each company had a standard colour horse, so that they looked really, really pretty. But it does mean that when you hear about the battle, you hear about the White Horse Company, you know that's Company E. So the darker brown is a ridge, the orangey bit is a slope, the yellow bit is a slightly less slopey slope. You can cross rivers if you want to, but not if it's too high. So we are on the high ground on the other side of the river, and we're currently all mounted. You can dismount. Dismounting, of course, means you move slower, but of course you do fight better with the shooting. And that's the end of our turn. So we click on this button here, this sort of lozenge thing, and this ends our turn. And the Sioux sharing it a go. We're undetected, so they don't know we're coming. And the turns are 5 minutes long, and Sitting Bull had predicted soldiers falling like leaves into his camp, but he doesn't know where we're coming yet. A couple of the nights previously, the Sioux had attacked General Crook at the Battle of the Rosebud and driven him off. So basically, they've had a big party and they've celebrated, and they're all probably a bit hungover, a bit tired, just relaxing at home, chilling, not knowing that a load of horse soldiers are going to come thundering over the hill. So we're sneaking up and around in the hope of catching them off guard, you see, because I'm a master tactician. So we're going up here. So, you know, splitting your forces in the face of the enemy is an excellent idea. So we're going to sneak around here and hopefully come at them from behind. That's our big plan, you see. It's a good plan. A plan for a whole new generation. And you can scroll the map around. Down here you've got Reno's lads. And in case you're wondering, I am in full outfit, with boots and spurs and all. So we're not ready to advance too far. Just about here. Just to keep an eye on things. Because we don't want to spook the Injuns, or the hostiles, as perhaps we should call them, until we're ready to launch our trap. Nice and spread out so they can't escape, you see. Because we don't want them escaping, because we want them all to go back to their reservation and stop misbehaving, you see. And of course cavalry can go very fast. The dark green is low ground or coulee, perhaps. Look at that, that's lovely. So there's the map there. You can see, look, nice in advance. I reckon they're around here somewhere, but I'm sure they won't cause us any trouble at all, because we are the best. The best a man can get. And I've got the best moustache. Okay, end turn again. There's no manual, so I have to work it all out myself because I'm very clever. A manual does exist. There's a game you can buy. I could buy a copy of this on eBay, but it's about 50, including postage, around 50 quid. It's like, yeah, I think I'll be interested in it, but not 30 quid plus 30 quid postage interested for a 43-page A6 manual. It's like, yeah, I'm not doing that. There's no quick skip. But if I click on the cavalry symbol, a nice little tune there from the bugle. So we've currently got 590 men. We had no casualties whatsoever. No one's got any points because no one's died. We're facing 1,800 warriors, 90 war bands, 91 lodges, and 10 horse herds. But so far we've had no losses. So we're doing all right. I previously played this as a cavalry and lost. I also then played it as Sitting Bull and caused heavy casualties to the cavalry, and also lost because I took massive casualties myself. In real life, the 7th Cavalry Custer's battalion was wiped out pretty much to the man. Reno's battalion suffered 50% losses. Bentine's suffered losses as well. However, the hostiles maybe suffered about 20. And some of them were right at the start when there were people getting shot in their tents. So the Sioux and the Cheyenne were actually very, very good at not taking casualties. Unlike the cavalry, who are just generally getting shot and generally slaughtered. So at this stage, these are the cavalry. They are mounted. So we're going up our slope. Sergeant Butler, ooh, I hate you, Butler. He's charging around, and we are currently undetected. It's a good thing. We're still undetected. So it's now 3:15. They're probably just finishing school or whatever they do in America. So we're sneaking around the top of the map like master technicians. Get that also. I thought the 7th Cavalry didn't like each other. You had various cliques. So the second in command was Major Reno. who didn't like Custer, and Custer didn't like him. The senior captain was Captain Benteen, who didn't like Reno and hated Custer. You had groups of officers who wore buckskin like this, all the little lovely tassely bits. Look at that tassel. Look at these tassels. Look at that lovely. They were like Custer's mates. He liked them. So Custer had his nephew with him, 2 brothers, and his brother-in-law. So it's a bit of a family group. And Custer is hoping for a glorious victory, and then get back to the east in time for the centennial. But also, he's going to miss the Democrat National Convention because he's got ambitions, as Mr. Custer. He's hoping to maybe get nominated for vice president as a big war hero, you see. Especially if he does well against this. And he does not get on well with General Grant. As to make sure, one moment, that I've got the... Have I got the cloud? Yes, I have. Excellent. I've got the captions on it in theory. Oh, no, it's asking me for... Now, they've cracked this. The good news is we just have to press enter here. Or we can say sausages. That's correct. Someone's going to crack. Otherwise, we'd be stuck because the manual doesn't exist. There are 2 versions of this on archive.org, which you can play in a browser. The demo version and the real version. If you play the demo version, it stops about at 4 o'clock or so. Which is enough time to get Custer killed if you really, really try. Because we're being very subtle here. Much more subtle than Custer was. You can move the map to the left quite quickly by doing this. By doing big jump. So we're sneaky. We are being very sneaky at the top of the map to try and catch them all off guard. We're currently mounted and in column. This has some kind of effect on combat. As to what, I don't know. I expect that dismounted in line is probably better for shooting. And probably moving in column is probably better for moving. Hello, Alessandro. How's it going? It's all go here. There is an Italian man as part of this battle. Custer's bugler, Giovanni Martini. He was his favourite bugler, and he survived. And he had a bugle. Just like that. Absolutely authentic. And then he married an Irish woman. So this is the Battle of the Little Bighorn, and we are being very sneaky and trying to sneak around the back to catch them in a pincer movement. Because I am a master tactician. Reno's going to stop them escaping to the south. Custer is going to move around and get them over this way. It's our amazing plan. I think it's a good plan. And because it's June, yeah, the trumpet man. He wore lovely Italian shoes. So until the hostiles are alerted, they're basically all chilling in their tents. Once they're alerted, things start getting interesting quite quickly, shall we say. So we're sneaking around the top. So we have ammunition. You can run out of ammunition. If you run out of ammunition for our Colt pistols, we have, if I go down here, we can switch between Colt pistols and a knife. Knives are not as good. We don't have sabres. We only got knives, so we have to stab people, which is a bit rubbish. If it comes to that, we're in trouble. Nah. He certainly wasn't cold, was he, Toe with a Bobo? Here we are. So we're still seeking. Yeah, we're very good at this war, aren't we? Very good at war, right? So they're things. They had no idea that Custer was around. When he attacked, they first thought when Reno's men attacked, they thought, oh, it must be the same lot we had before. It's not completely different men. We are completely undetected, because normally they would detect the cavalry coming and then just leave. But Custer actually managed to surprise them in camp, which is very unusual. Very unusual indeed. So much so they thought, yeah, this is fun, we're going to win here. Because if you surprise the people in camp, you can charge in and grab hold of the non-combatants and then hold them as hostages. You hold people as hostages, they're going to surrender because you don't want Granny being hurt, do you? That'd be a bad thing. See, there's 2 ways down. There's a ford here and a ford round the back. I think we should go down here, and this would be a brilliant, brilliant swoop. That's what I think. Let's draw a pole. One moment. Oh. Well, here we are. Sorry, folks. So again, we're doing very well. Shift the map over. Now we should go a bit faster because we're onto the grass. This is a coulee, which is a low vegetation-y area. So far, no one's attacked, no one's died, so I think we're doing very well. So move the troops forward. There is a more modern remake of this called Desperate Glory, which I haven't played because it cost 20 quid. But this is 1995, 10 years after 7th Cavalry, which I played last year, and I'm currently working on snorkifying. But I've stopped that, so I'm writing a type in for a magazine. It's all very exciting. We end the turn, and they're still undetected. So what you can do if you want to, at the start, you can dig in at the start and hope for the best, and then basically there is no battle because they're not bothered. You've done no harm because they're not bad. They're not attacking you because they're bad people. They're attacking you because you just attacked their village. So Custer is going to go over here. Very sneaky, you see. And the more you upset them, the more aggressive they get. But this side, we haven't found them yet. We're undercover. There's line of sight, that sort of thing. Everyone's nice and sleepy. That's what we want. Everyone's nice, having a nice, nice relaxing afternoon in the sun. Probably having a barbecue. So I mean, have a barbecue, have a few drinks. Yes, it should be interesting. It's one of the things that you start doing a small thing, then you make it better and better, and then it gets more interesting. But it's still for the ZX Spectrum, but hopefully it should be more interesting. It's one of those things. It's always nearly finished. It's nearly finished, but then not quite because you add a bit more. You go, no, and this needs to do this bit now. So I've been very cautious. Take your best shot, War Chief. Oh, I like his confidence. So, it's up to you, long hair. So I think we've been detected. Or maybe we haven't. It's hard to tell. So we're still going to try and seek around the back, as it were. Because I don't think they've detected us yet. Because I'm very clever at combat. Because what if they found in this sort of terrain is if you're below a ridge, you can't be seen. So long as you're not riding with a bugle and making lots of noise with your sabre, basically you're invisible. Especially if they don't know you're coming. And that's why it gets tricky, because suddenly you can be cut off from all your men. Oh, see, here's some men hanging about. We split it in two as part of a brilliant pincer manoeuvre. Ah, I think you know it's because they start. There's a lot of noise. Because there's suddenly, because I think he's got his eyes on a village, I think, and then basically he hears lots of noise, and everyone gets very upset. But you'll know when he's detected, don't you? You'll know. I think they're aware of his works. So I'm thinking of going around. I don't think around this way, and then get Reno to charge him from the back, which will be a brilliant tactic, and they won't expect it because they don't like it up them. If you get into the village, there are things you can do to cause problems for the Sioux and the Cheyenne, like scattering their horse herds. If you scatter their horse herds, then they can't ride horses because they haven't got any horses, you see. But that involves getting in there and causing havoc, especially if they're not detecting you. I don't think so, Alessandro. I think they're all still asleep. But we'll soon find out. Once it gets to 4 o'clock, as in the game, I'm going to get Reno to start making another advance. Reno's probably having a drink, to be fair. See there, things are moving. It's up to you, long hair, you see. Custer was known as long hair, but also hard backsides. So cool, because he was very good at riding his horse around all day without getting tired. See, this is unusually quiet for this game. Yes. So you see they're moving things, and I think they're slowly becoming alert. But we'll find out. It's 4 o'clock. Reno's making his advance again, you see. Good old Reno. So far it's been very, very relaxed. Very, very chill. We're going to try and catch him in a big pincer movement and squash them between us in some kind of giant cavalry sandwich. So here, the two things here is this is sorry, get my mouse back. This is Calhoun Ridge, and this is what's known as Last Stand Hill. Cavalry sandwich, Last Stand Hill, which I'm sure will be where the Sioux make their last stand before we defeat them all. So what else could it be? If it's now 4 o'clock, or not yet. Now it's 4 o'clock. Let's get going. Yay! We've got reinforcements now from Benteen, who's shown up at the far end. Get everyone in position. We're going to move it into line formation, which I think is better for some reason, but I'm not entirely sure how or why. But we're doing it here, and then we're going to advance down to the river and attack. So these 3 dots toggle you between column and line formation, you see, which does take some movement points. Tip and bop and bop. So moving along this coolly, out of sight, out of mind, and then we're going to surprise everybody. They're all going to cack their pants, and then we're going to win. It's going to be brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And the name of Custer is going to go down in history as the biggest, greatest general ever in all the history of the universe, just like Napoleon. Here we are. The lines and lines of cavalry in a valley, in a coulee, sorry. Coulees are American valleys. Up we go. Right. So we're on the other end of the map. Show the map. That's where Custer's men are. Benteen is on the right. Here is Reno. So I want Benteen and his chums, who had white hair, did Benteen. Benteen was from Virginia, but fought with the North in the Civil War. And basically, he had a habit of writing anonymous letters to newspapers, like slagging off his commanding officers. So Benteen's got three companies: Company H, Company D, and Company K. And he's going to advance. They're all good men and true, shall we say? And no one's died yet, which is pretty good. This will change, hopefully for the more interesting. So anyway, this is Benteen advancing, and now we're going to have. Oh, yes. Let's advance a little bit, not too much. Let's advance to here and close up our formation. Switch into line. Don't go too far forward until we're ready to charge in. And then we are going to kick ass. Kicking ass! Kicking ass! It's what we do best in the 7th Cavalry. That's why we have the 7th Cavalry boots. We have 100 bullets each for our carbines and 24 bullets each for our Colts. Nice big line of cavalry. We are going to be absolutely invincible. It's going to be brilliant. It's going to be absolutely lovely. Now you, mate. Up you come up here. Go into line. There we are. And finally, these chaps, they can't go into formation. They're just lads on horses. Exactly. Yeah, it's going to be brilliant. We all know it's going to be brilliant. You see, even Custer's confident. And he's a military man. He was a general at 23. So, if you know, you can't trust General Custer. Who can you trust? Let's get Benteen up first. There he is, Benny. So the light blue is a stream. The darker blue is a river. You can tell that because it's a bit thicker. Different types of terrain. There's only the one battle in this, but you do have options of having more cavalry, changing the cavalry's weapons, giving the cavalry Gatling guns, having less Indians, giving the Indians more weapons or less weapons, or more ammunition. Because the Indians have low ammunition, because all their bullets have to come from trade, whereas we get given them by the government. So we're going to advance a bit. Let's advance down to here. So they had bullets for hunting, but not enough to fight a war. And this is intentional. Can you have some more bullets, please? No, because we don't want to sell you bullets because you might cause trouble with them. But you need some for hunting, so you can have some bullets, but not too many bullets, because we've got loads of bullets, and I'm sure we'll have lots of bullets forever. And if we need more bullets, our pack train's going to arrive at some point. So now we go over here. This is a nice big flat bit. Nothing of interest here. And somewhere, there's last stand. Here's Custer. Right, come on, Custer. It is possible, apparently. I've lost twice. I've lost as the cavalry because I got wiped out. I've lost as Sitting Bull because I took massive casualties. Like 50% of the Indians died. Which is obviously a bad thing. But I believe there's a combination of causing havoc and then retreating at the right time. Because you are vastly outnumbered, but they're not all active at the start. So hopefully... Here we go. So now... Let's check the map. It's up to you, long hair, you see. We're still not seeing anybody yet. So let's advance a bit more. Can I see anybody yet? Yes. We have hostiles. We've seen these things. And these are war camps. They need to be alerted first. And then, once alerted, they start throwing out warriors. Who may be armed in different ways. And then they'll try and kill me. I want my men to get a bit closer. Very sneaky, see? Very sneaky, me. So put the classic pincer manoeuvre. Split your men. And we just can't lose. Because we're Custer. We're the best, the best, the best. So now we go. This has got the fast movement. Zoom, zoom. It's easy if all your men are together. Where's Benny? There's Benny. We've got three companies with Benny. And they're riding in our hell for leather. But they're going to cross a river first. Company H, we've got Colts and carbines. Or carbines, perhaps. Or not. I will say carbines. Company K. Company K. There are rules for combat, which we have, indeed, which are in the manual that we don't have. Therefore, guessing what to do is a bit of a problem. But we're going to try. So let's advance some more. Uh-oh. So see here, red means they're alert. They're alert, and I think they've detected us, but not doing much so far. But we're going to advance anyway, because we're the best. So red means they're awake. They know something's up, but they don't know where we are. If you charge in, they're white. They take a couple of turns to actually start waking up. So I may have been too cautious. Because it looks like we've stuck our dick into a hornet's nest, as the Americans would say. And you do not want to stick your dick into a hornet's nest. It's a bad thing. So we're advancing a bit here. Now Reno had been on the booze. And was a bit nervous. So we can't shoot. We're too far away from anybody. If I click off, so we're too far away to shoot. This means anyone who's available to can shoot. The flag means try and rally anyone who needs rallying. This means anyone who can do a charge. So now it's the choice of the turn of the Sioux, and they're now popping out. The stripy lads mean they are mounted. If it's a solid colour, they're on foot. So they're all charging in, hand to hand combat. They attack with odds of 1 to 2 in our favour, and were driven off with some losses. And again, we're doing well so far. We have caused casualties. Not a lot of casualties, but we've definitely caused some casualties. Not a lot, but some. See, we've killed 10 men. You see? So we get a choice of things to do. We can shoot. So to start with this guy down here, we get to do various things. Like we can go here and attack a lodge. It's basically a load of tents. And we destroyed their tents, and they're not going to like that much. 4 to 1 odds, we've burned down a lodge. We are the greatest heroes ever. This company's good. This is a charge. So we're going to do a charge. But this is a charge manoeuvre of some sort against these guys. We're going to charge in, and off we go. Ta-da! Again, we're doing very well. See? And you thought I wouldn't do well. Ah, you see? Let's charge. No, not charging that. Let's charge these guys. They're close to us. Let's not go mad. Exactly. Yeah, we are. You know, basically, they set up their tents, but you know, on private land, and that's not on. That's not on. You know, they need to pay Peter Butterworth. So we're charging in. Yeah, go on. So that didn't go so well, but nobody lost, nobody won. So now we're gonna. So he can't charge, but he's gonna shoot those guys. Yeah, gotta pay £1, obviously, and then you got your membership fee. So we shot at those guys, nothing happened. But what we can do is join in the combat, and because we're next to our mate, we help each other out. And this time we cause some casualties. And again, you can charge in with advance with your mate. And they're now broken, which is very low. And you We can't charge, but we can advance to here. There's now another one to help with my mate. Against these two. And we've wiped them out. And then, see? And you all thought we wouldn't do well. So we're currently, the score is 4 to the cavalry, you see. We are winning. Look at that. No losses. Absolutely no losses. We're brilliant. So let's go back. I think Benteen was advancing as well. Yeah. Because Benteen doesn't want to miss the fun. We're doing very well. It's going to be the greatest victory ever. Here we are. Exactly, it's good, isn't it? He knew, he was very good. Apparently, they sent him back to deliver a message to Benteen. But obviously, being an Italian immigrant, his English, he could speak English, but in a very strong Italian accent, sort of like the bloke from a lower low. He is. Mark Benteen does not mess about. So the bloke from a lower low, yes, bloke from a lower low was basically, yeah, what we'll do, we'll give you the message on a bit of paper. So here is Custer. He's going to charge down. Look at that. We caught these guys by surprise. Look at them. And this guy can shoot. Shoot the Cheyenne war camp. Yes, you see. This is Captain Thomas Custer, a man who won the Congressional Medal of Honor twice. See, we've got one. We've caught them. They've caught them napping. You see, and he can shoot. So again, we're causing casualties. My master plan is working, and these guys are unaware we're even coming, because the other lot were aware that Reno was about. These guys, no, they are completely caught napping. And if I go down in a second, I'll show you the horses. So white with a red dot and a red circle means there's someone in there, but they're basically asleep. This yellow triangle thing, that's horses. So if you get rid of that, the two cattle tribe can't get horses. Yellow means they're starting to wake up. Then there's sort of yellowy red, which is with the red speckles. Then there's red. Red means they're ready for action. So I think we're doing all right. See, so far, 0 losses. I am the greatest general in the world. You see? Piece of piss. So that was bows and arrows shooting us. Bows have the advantage of indirect fire. So when you attack somebody, they can be disrupted, they can be routed, they can be broken. Oh, there's orange. You see, they're starting to wake up. Disrupted means they can still fight, but they're not as well. So now they're all starting to wake up now. So I need to make sure I get those horses. Horses are priority. Because if you get rid of the horses, they're all on foot, you see. So here... So they're fighting the... that's Crow King. It's a good name, that. Crow King. See, so those guys there are on foot. That's rain in the face. So there, we were forced back. Both sides take some casualties. Captain French had a infantry length cleaning rod for his rifle. So you are taking casualties now. This is a bad thing. This is cheating. They're not meant to fight back. It's very poor form. Okay, let's do some good. Or some evil, possibly. Can we get across and attack the horses? We're going to try. Custer's going to attack these guys. 3-1 odds, because they're all a bit sleepy. We caught them napping, you see. But we can't get across the river fast enough to get the horses. We're going to try it though. Cross the river, get the horses. Because if we scatter the horses, they are not going to be able to be mounted. Therefore, we can run rings around them. Is our big plan. And it's a good plan. And it's working very well so far. Apart from Reno taking some casualties now. But we'll go and see what Reno's up to in a minute. It's currently 4:20 in the afternoon. So here we have options. Rally, fire, charge, new turn. Overall map. See? We've got where we want to be. Palm of our hand. Just here. Just here. Look at that. Just like that. Absolutely brilliant. So let's go and see what Reno's up to. He's down here, you see. So these guys are currently in a disrupted state. So I can try and reorganise them. Which we've done. Puppy power. And they're going to charge down here. And attack these guys. Didn't go very well. And we suffer some casualties. This was a mistake on my part. Now, Reno himself. Let's do some rootin' tootin' shooting. These guys are armed with Henry rifles. And they've run out of... But they've run out of... If you look here, they've run out of bullets for the Henry rifles. We're going to shoot them. Take some casualties. And then we're going to pull back. Because Reno did that in real life. He just ran for the hills. So again, exactly it. Poppy power. So we are disrupted. We're going to shoot first. So here, he's run out of ammunition for his guns. So we're going to shoot them. And then pull back. Wait, do you mind pulling back, please? Here we could charge. Let's charge. Charge these guys. Yay! Puppy power! You see, we're doing well. We're going to shoot. And they're now routed. You see? But still, though, we are going to run away. No, Alessandro, enjoy the rest of your evening, sir. And have some zabolione, as they have it in Italy. So, because he's currently routed, if we shoot him quickly, maybe, we can destroy them. So we've destroyed a lodge, which is probably empty, to be fair. He's burned down someone's tent. But still, every little helps. And down here, this guy's stuck in combat. Now what we can do, we can charge. And try and scatter them. Didn't work, but worth a go. Let's have good old Bentine. Let's advance and be supportive of Reno. Although Reno's probably drunk. Exactly. Well, you can't... There is a version of this where a game where you can actually get Gatling guns. You get a couple of Gatling gun batteries, which will be interesting. Bring them up and then just shoot everybody. Bit overkill, but still. In real life, we turned down Gatling guns because Custer thought they'd be too slow. And it's a point. Gatling guns are not fast. Good evening, Saucer Brain. That's general to you. We're currently doing very well. We've lost 15 men but killed 115. General, as a courtesy title. Some people had four different ranks. It got very weird. Like you're at your permanent rank, your brevet rank in the army. Then you're in the Civil War. You had the army, and then the army of volunteers, who are like the wartime army. And you could have a rank in the wartime army, and then a brevet rank in that as well. So you have 4 different ranks. It got very confusing. So far we're doing all right. And I can't remember if I've moved Custer yet, or was that last turn? Oh, we've moved you. Yeah, we're doing very well so far. You see, take your best shot, War Chief. It says. This is a game for DOS from 1995. The manual is not lost, but it will cost me 50 quid to read it, which I'm not doing. So I'm just working out myself. So again, the Sioux and the Shire have similar rules. They have ammunition. They have morale. Their morale is called medicine. They have low ammunition though, so they can run out of ammunition for their guns. My goal at the moment on this side of the battle is to get those triangles, which are horse herds. If I can scatter those, it's not cause trouble for the locals. Of course, I am in full outfit. He said, 1 second. Oh, including boots with spurs. He got the boots with the spurs. It did the burr. And I got tassely bits. It's all go. Oh. We are currently outnumbered at about 3-1. So, you know, it's not bad odds. But I've got the best hair, though. Battle of the hairstyles. So they're attacking the US Indian detachment under Lieutenant Varnum. The dangly bits protected seams, and what happened if it rained? The rain would fall along the dangly bits and off rather than into your clothes. So there was a function to them rather than just looking stylish. However, this is sort of buckskin type thing wearing. It was a bit old-fashioned, so that Custer wore it because it looked proper Western. Whereas Sitting Bull was like, no, not wearing that. It's not very good. I'll wear a cotton shirt instead because it's more comfortable cotton. Because this is very hot. If it gets wet, it just ages to dry. So the white circles with the black dots in the middle are empty lodges. So we're being pushed back. Pushback is fine. Pushback is no harm. Just move us back a little bit. Unless they push us off a hill. So far, we're still winning. We have got 4 points to the good. Right, I'm going to attack these horses, please. What we're doing this is we've destroyed their lodge, but also got rid of their horse herd. Here, this is Sitting Bull. So across this is Custer. Custer is the crossed sabres. And we are going to shoot these guys. A Blackfoot war party. They're disrupted, which is the first stage of not doing very well. We're going to shoot you as well. The same people. They're now routed. So in theory, if I move up to here, I'll get pushed back. Even though I did very well with the odds, 2-1 odds. But I got pushed back. I know. The other one they used was hard backsides. But yeah, they knew long hair, although bizarrely, by the time of the battle, Custer had cut his hair off. because Custer was going bold. So basically, he cut his hair short with some shears. Real historical fact there. So it's getting a little bit dicey over this side. So what I'm going to do is we are going to, let's see now, what can we do? You've got 15 men, you're disrupted. We can charge. Indeed, you don't lose your hair. So I'm going to rally. Or try to. Yay! So my men are a bit happier now. And we're going to shoot these people. And disrupt them, which is good. A little bit of fighting. Oh dear. That did not go well. These men are now what's called broken. So Benteen is going to be clever. He's going to dismount. Which means we are better at shooting. So Benteen's men are going to dismount and form a fighting line. Oh, I was trying to do that. There we are. Dismount. We're now better at shooting. We haven't enough. No problem at all. It's all part of the fun, isn't it? All part of the fun. Because today it was today the Little Bighorn. So this company here, I'm going to charge. What are you doing, Macintosh? I'm going to charge. Okay, then. Pick someone else. He wants to charge. He's a bit ambitious. They didn't like that. Although we both suffered casualties. Which is a bad thing. Because you can charge in certain circumstances. And I'm not sure why. Because I don't have the manual. But dismounted. Obviously you get the cross belts of dismounted troops. This is less than edgily. Again, dismounting. And finally, you can move through other troops. You, on your little horsey, come on. We're currently winning, but only by 1 point. So we need to be a bit careful now, because we don't want to lose. We don't want to lose. Now, I've got 15 men. This chap has got 20 men. So I'm not going to tackle you. I'm going to pull back. Now this guy here is, I think, technically a bit fucked. So I'm going to make him run away. Disengage. Otherwise you're going to get slaughtered by these guys. You've already charged. You haven't moved yet. But I think logically you should get your ass out of dodge. You've moved and are broken. 5 men. You're broken as well. So these guys are going to die quite soon. This is a bad thing. I think we've moved everybody. Let's look at the map now. See, we've penetrated the camp. We're doing okay. At some point we get the pack train will show up with reinforcements and more bullets. So aim can press this button here, which is shoot. Everybody shoots who wants to. Again, we destroyed a war camp. So again, shooting at quite long range, but it's not too bad though. And that is the end of our turn. We've now got 3 points, you see. And we're winning. You'll be singing when we're winning. You'll be singing. So, solid colour. That is Cheyenne on foot. Black Moccasin is attacking Custer himself. Because we destroyed their horses, they're all on foot, you see. And we've got horses. We're brilliant. They can only get horses when they're in their little camps, you see, with the little circles. Now those guys were in a river and were driven back at loss. I don't know, but I suspect being in a river is a bad thing for fighting. But hopefully we can charge to a meet in the middle. It'll be brilliant. So the circles represent the locals waking up. And over time, more and more of them will wake up, and then it will get bad, you see. Because now, oh, the lightning bolt, that is Crazy Horse himself. The famous Crazy Horse. There's no photos of Crazy Horse, but that was his special lightning symbol he had tattooed on his chest. Because this is now suddenly looking a lot more dicey. There's a lot more of them that have shown up. We've taken a lot of casualties there. Harrington. I think my master plan might be unfurling. Are winning with 6 points, having wiped out those guys, and they're still coming. 7 points. We are now losing. This is a bad thing. Here comes Crow King and White Bull. Black Shield. Fast Bull. Rain in Face. Iron Hawk. So, you should have won. It's a good question. It was a very unusual battle because normally the locals or the Native Americans or the Indians didn't fight because we got the pack train because they've moved out of the way. Because why would you fight? It's dangerous. It's hard. Don't fight. And so it was a bit of a surprise that they actually did. And the reason they did because they were caught by surprise and they thought, well, no one's going to attack us. It was the biggest village ever in history. Therefore, who the hell is going to attack the biggest village ever in history? Nobody. Until suddenly there was an attack. They killed some people. I think Gaul lost his wife, or both a wife and his kids. And then everyone got very, very angry, as you would imagine. Like, we were minding our own business and you just attacked us. We ain't happy. We are not happy at all. So much so, I think we are going to pull back to the high ground. But slowly, with some shooting first. See, not doing bad. And then start putting back to the hill. And a bit of shooting. So we could attack, but then we're attacking in a river. Which we're not going to do. We're just going to pull back. Bit of shooting first. These guys are strong, but they're armed with bows. Over the river. I want you to charge. I don't know what the rules are for charging. But charging gives you a bonus to attack. We can still charge. We're still confident around here. Yeah, let's go for a charge. Yay! They didn't like that. You can't charge, but you can advance. With Custer, cause some casualties. Custer himself, he can't do much at the moment. These guys, we can definitely shoot. Shoot the Cheyenne, dog friend. They're disrupted. I'm going around the side, teaming up. All at once. Possibly a bit stupid. That was a really, really bad idea because all these lodges were fighting as well. So this is everyone's moved. Now onto the other side of the battle. So he is mounted. He can't shoot. There's no one to shoot at. We've got 10 men. So we're going to move around the back. Sergeant O'Hara can move, but not up here because it's too steep. We're stuck down here, which is a bit of a problem. He's going to go around the side. And a bit more of a battle. We're going to advance as infantry. Battle rages on. We've been very courageous, you see. We've got lots of bullets. The odds there were a bit bad, though. So we're going to shoot first. Target disrupted. If we can hold the line, I'm sure we'll be fine. Said everyone ever. Oh dear. That didn't go very well. Let's do a bit more shooting. So he's got this guy, the White Bull of the Mini Conju, disrupted, a bit tired, good morale though, good medicine, 20 men armed with a war club for hand-to-hand combat, or a carbine for shooting. We're going to shoot him. And we've routed them. They don't like that, mate. They don't like it up them. We are getting a bit lower ammunition though. Which could be a problem. Fortunately though, we have got over the far side, over here somewhere, Company B, fresh men, and also this wheel, which is the pack train, which has fresh ammunition. So if I get these guys charging forward, we should all be fine. And while we're here, they're all shooting. In case anyone hasn't shot yet. So this is basically, these are convenience things. Basically, everyone shoots they want to shoot. Everyone charge who can charge. Everyone rally who can rally. So we're going to try and rally these troops before they all get slaughtered. And there's somebody who can shoot. Target disrupted. And there's somebody who can charge. To be fair, they were going to die anyway. But they went out in style. And we're currently losing by 17 points. And there's still someone... Ah, that's it. No one can charge now. So Reno's taken lost two-thirds of his men. Bentine's lost 8%. Custer's lost a quarter. We lost a quarter of our men so far. However, we have got rid of one horse herd. So, you know, that's something. Here we go. See, Custer's still confident. See, he's driven them off. So, they attacked at very bad odds. Both sides took casualties, but we drove them back. They're now shooting at me with bows and arrows, which is cheating. 'Cause Custer's been driven back. So it doesn't help when you're outnumbered 3-1. It's the key thing is you have to. I think what you're meant to do is get in quickly, cause some havoc before they wake up, and then run for the hills. Because once they're all alerted, you're in trouble. Because you're vastly outnumbered. However, once you're on a hill, dug in, it's very hard to get you off. Because the Indians don't have a lot of ammunition, and they have to go attack you uphill, and that's very tricky. So in the real battle, they managed to wipe Custer out over the course of last campaign, whereas Reno and Benteen managed to hold out. So things are not looking so clever for us. I think it's time to go to Last Stand Hill. Conveniently there, they built it there for me. I didn't think I'd need it, but I do. Yes, it's pretty good of them, really. So, interestingly, the battlefield site was the Custer National Battlefield until the presidency of George Bush Sr. Then it became Little Bighorn battlefield site, because it was just called Custer site, because it all could have cut. Yeah, everyone liked Custer. There's some interesting films about Custer. A controversial character, but yes, yeah, maybe you don't name the battlefield after him. Just call it, call it what it is. Especially as he lost, and people claiming it's a massacre. It wasn't a massacre. You attack a massive village full of 4,000 warriors, and strangely enough, bad things happen. As you can see here, it's not going very well. It was going quite well. So there's a lady called Pretty White Buffalo Woman, and she says that Reno could have won. No, Reno could have won. Reno was ordered to charge in. He didn't. He stopped, dismounted and formed a line. What she says was, and she was there, everyone was panicking that these soldiers are suddenly attacked. So crazy horses are attacking Custer, by the way. Basically, if he'd have charged in, everyone would have just panicked and maybe just fled. Because he didn't do that. Thought, oh, shit, they're soldiers. And then, oh, hang on, there aren't that many soldiers. Right, let's attack them then. Kind of thing. Because they haven't got, oh, okay, oh, shit, we have time to react. And then suddenly, oh, it's Custer shown up after Reno had already retreated. So Custer's not doing too well. We're now losing by 35 points. And I thought it was doing quite clever. So this is Reno and Benteen. We formed a line though, and hopefully we get our more bullets. So quite a lot more men coming, but we've dismounted now, so hopefully everything will be fine. So I don't think we can get onto the ridges because they're too steep. You can go up slopes, but only one at a time, and not if they're two slopes. So remember, if they're stripy, they're cavalry. If they're solid colours, they're on foot. See there? They attacked us and we caused casualties. They will lose some points for that. See, they're pulling back. We've got them on the run. You see? It's up to me now. Let's have some good music, lads. Right. Company B. Advance. Most importantly, we're going to get the pack train, which is the mules, and 45 men. So they're coming. So we're going to charge around the back. He is, you know. So hopefully we've got good odds of attacking. And we had terrible odds of attacking, and we suffered casualties. This is a bad thing. So we're going to fill the gap with the American Indians, loyal Indians, and drove them back this time. Goes what Custer's up to. Custer is fighting Crazy Horse, who is very, very good at combat. Custer is not bad at combat, but Custer's brave. He's going to charge. Custer did not do very well. No, I say with the bobo. Have a nice shower and don't get scalped. I think Custer's fun. However, fortunately, we had some guys who were making a run for the hills. Specifically, Last Stand Hill. The trouble is, I don't think we've got enough men to hold Last Stand Hill. Company I, under Captain Keogh, he fought for the Pope, you know. So what I can now do is go here, go right, everybody who can rally, please rally. So it's convenient in case you've forgotten, you see. And now everybody who can shoot, please shoot. Because these guys are broken, but they can still fight. Just we can't move them though. So in real life, Reno held a line and then was outflanked, retreated, and then ran for his own hill, Reno Hill. Again, named for himself, quite convenient. There's a sign there and everything. Then Benteen joined him, and Benteen was ordered to advance and join Custer, and Reno said, no, you've got to help me, I've lost half my command. So he goes, all right then, especially as Benteen hated Custer. And then this rumbled on, there was court martials and inquiries and all kinds of stuff. So these guys are going to go out in a blaze of glory. And they're all going to die. See, Custer was being quite clever until everyone died. And that's the end of our turn. It's now just gone 4. But Custer's still alive though, so it's fine. Yay! I don't think he is, to be honest with you. But at least he made it over the river. In real life, he didn't manage to cross the river. Yeah, I think Crazy Horse is going to kill Custer. Ooh, those 4-to-1 odds. Those are not good odds. I think Custer... Bear with me. Yep. I'm going to play it sad now. He went down far. He went down doing what he loved. Attacking people who were doing no harm to anybody. So this is the historical battle. You can take alternatives, such as giving the cavalry better guns, giving the cavalry sabres, having the cavalry united, giving the cavalry, the second cavalry, also giving them Gatling guns. Yeah, to be fair, he was very, you can't say he wasn't brave. He was definitely brave, and he sometimes could do things without being aggressive, like peaceful negotiating things. Except in this one, let's attack a massive village in advance. It will be fine. I've done it before and it worked. Because he did the Battle of Washita, he charged in, grabbed the hostages, everyone's a winner. In this case, he didn't manage to get the hostages, everyone dies. We've got a nice line here. Can we get enough bullets up? So the battle's raging on. We've got our line is solid. We haven't got bayonets because you know when cavalry carbines don't take bayonets. We've got no sabres. We've just got our 6-shooters, our knives, and our carbines. And hopefully we don't run out of bullets. If we run out of bullets, we're in trouble. Do not run out of bullets. You see, we drove them back there. Because the 7th Cavalry weren't shit. They just were outnumbered, outgunned, and outfought. The locals did very, very well as well. But once they worked out what was happening, okay, then they basically, no worries. Here we are. So, get your arse on the hill. Get off your horse. No worries, Saucer Brain. You. I'm going to run away. Captain Kyog is going to run for the hills. I think everyone down here is dead. Yep. Where's my mules? Here's Company B at least. Here's the mules. Right, come on, mules. What we want is you to get your arse in gear. Now, I think we should probably start retreating, but we can't yet. We're not doing too bad. We're low on ammunition, so let's shoot. We're doing some casualties. Big charge. And we're driven back at massive losses, which is a bad thing. I'm thinking of, we should probably retreat. Retreat, I think, will be a good thing. But let's shoot first. And then retreat. You've already shot, so it's pull back. Nice and slow. We're not routing, we're just a tactical withdrawal. I think it's a sensible idea. Maintaining our formation. Excellent. We're making a phased withdrawal in the face of some continual casualties, but nice and sustained. Custer's dead, as we know, and some guys are making a stand on Last Stand Hill. So do some shooting from Last Stand Hill. Our blue boys are holding firm slowly. And we're currently losing to the tune of 55 points. We were winning earlier. We're doing very well. Hard Thunder is a good name. Comes again. High Backbow is a good name. Hump, Spotted Eagle. Brave Crow versus Michael Benteen and his Flea Circus. So Redface is charging in. Again, 1-to-1 odds, because he attacked 2 of my guys. When they get round the top, though, they can have probably cooked sausage or something like that. The names are quite cool. That I've got. There's a guy in this battle called Wooden Leg. I've read his book about a book that was dictated by sign language, but it's called Wooden Leg because he liked another guy who's called Wooden Leg because he loved walking and his legs never got tired. So they're always legs must have been made of wood. But yeah, he's in this battle. And basically, the night before, he said, I was 18, I like girls, we went out partying, and then woke up the next morning in the afternoon and said, what the fuck? And then Reno was attacking. And he had no idea what was going on. I thought, oh, right, let's get on the horse then. Let's see what's what. He was in Northern Cheyenne. It comes across a decent, like, fair to him. Just minding his own business. So they're getting around the top. This is a bad thing. Because they're outflanking us. Being outflanked is a bad thing, Source of Brain. Just like getting a circle in the Golden Fleece game, you see. So there, we're not doing too bad. At the southern end, because our flank is secure against the mountain, you see. But the northern end, it's a bit wonky. So the grey cracked bit, it means they're broken. So they're not dead. They're not doing much. The odds they're 1-to-1, not much happens. Apart from you run out of ammunition. So I'll go again. Pony Soldier. You see, because long hair's now dead, you see. We can charge in again. And get our shit pushed in. Because you're broken, you can't do much, but you can fire. Not going to do much, but at least you can shoot. And also you can get on your horse. Yeah, broken. I think broken is worse than routed. He's going to get on his horse, and he's going to retreat. Now you got 10 men, so you're going to advance a little bit. If you go in there, you're going to cause all kinds of trouble. So we're not going to do that. We are going to shoot, though. If you're holding a line, it's important to hold a line, you see. We haven't got enough movement points left to fire, though. And back this way, we've got the rest of Company B and the pack train, which is slowly coming. And over the other side of the battlefield, here's the bit we all like. Come back, Keogh, you coward. Crazy horse there. Keogh is going to come back, and his famous horse, Comanche. So, we see here, this button here. This button here is the last stand button. I think it means kill your horses and use them as cover. Well, you can only do that if you're dismounted and you have full movement points, and then you can never move again. But now we've got lots of ammunition and we're dug in on a hill. So we are going to shoot at Crazy Horse, if we can. Except we can't because we've done a last stand. We can't shoot yet. So, rally who can. Yay! Puffy power! And shoot who can. because you can shoot without entering hand-to-hand combat. I think hand-to-hand combat is obligatory at the end of the turn. So you get disrupted is the first level of disrupted, routed, broken. Beyond broken is basically yeah, you've gone. And I don't think you can recover from broken. Broken is completely gone, which is worse than routed. I'll show you the map. There we are. And we're not going to charge. This is me trying to work it out from playing the game. Because the manual exists, but I haven't got it. And they haven't archived it. Yeah, I think broken. You can't do much, but you can't. I don't think you can attack if they're broken. You can run away, but you can't do much else. So Crazy Horse is attacking us on the hill. No effect, because I think we're hiding behind our dead horses. I believe, but he's charged in for fighting. Again, we took some casualties there, which is not what I was hoping for. But then Crazy Horse is very powerful. It was almost like a legendary warrior kind of thing. I don't think we have enough men to hold Last Stand Hill. But here, we didn't cause any casualties, but we tried. I think as infantry, with a Last Stand, we have an advantage, especially being on a hill. However, they can still shoot us with their little tassely bits. It'd be nice to know what the combat rules are as well, to be fair. Because the man has the hints and tips and stuff rather than hope for the best. Because it could be what I tried to do was a bit foolish, and that I should have been a bit more aggressive with Reno, not hoping for the best, because maybe the Indians eventually notice you're about. You can play as the Indians as well, which is also interesting. Against the computer, they're pushing us back. We're now broken. Captain Weir is a big friend of Custer. He wanted to ride to his rescue, even though he was probably, as Ben Teen says in his book, he was probably already dead. Because splitting your command can work. The Washita split his command and surrounded a village, and they all did very well. We're not this much outnumbered. And also, there was no plan. It was ordered Reno attack the village, and then Custer just wandered off. Disappeared into the hills, and they never saw him again. So we're currently losing by 60 points. And they've got round our flank. But both the time they broke us. That was not good. I don't think our line's doing very well, lads. I don't think it's doing very well at all. Yeah, it's in the squiggly line, and it's a lot of grey bits in it. So they attacked us at odds of 3-1, and they did pretty well, to be fair, 3-1. And they've now got through our line. But we've driven them off, though. And they've suffered some casualties. Very well. I think Company B is going to have a change of heart. they can't get all of us because there's not enough room. However, that's changing. $76 points to the bad. And they've driven off our horses, so even if we did want to run away, we're not going to. Because with the cavalry, when we dismounted, there were men were grouped in 4, and every 4th man would hold on to 4 horses, and they clip the horses together. So I want Keogh to charge into the rescue and try to attack Crazy Horse. And that we're not dead yet. And because of that, bit of shooting. Everyone shoots. Nobody quits. Afraid of eagles. That's Lieutenant Godfrey, not Private Godfrey. Because even if you're broken, you still get to shoot. Yes, I think we're going to go over here now. Down here. I want you to go up here now, and Company B is going to come and join you. Because there's no point charging in and getting killed. Run away! Run away! Now, can you rally? You're broken. Your company mounted, so you're going to run away. Because you can. Company K, what can you do? You can charge. Let's go out in a blaze of glory. Or die. Well, we did some damage, to be fair. Not you guys. You guys, you don't do much. Not you. You can charge Major Reno. He can charge 20 men. He's probably drunk, so he'll be up for it. And we did not do very well. That's why you don't want to be drinking and fighting. It's all gone a bit Pete Tong, isn't it, folks? 89 points to the bad. So Bentine's been completely wiped out. So is Reno. Custer's battalion, though. That's surviving just about, and so's the pack train. So that's pretty good, bizarrely. 69% casualties, though. Nice. So somebody can charge. Probably the these guys, but they're not going to charge. That'd be mental. And the map shows us things are not doing so well. Good. Custer's ghost is sort of being confident. So Keogh's on his horsey, his famous horse Comanche, which survived the battle. Was restored to health, was like the pampered pet of the 7th Cavalry, and it's now stuffed in the museum. So there they had good odds attacking us, but because we had the last stand on a hill. So Crazy Horse shot at Keogh, who fought for the Pope. Yeah, I think we've upset them. We drove their horses off, and they were a bit upset. We were winning, though. We were winning. We were definitely winning. 4-1 odds. That was a last stand. 93 points to the bad. Oh, well, we saw wooden leg there very briefly. Red on top. That's clearly a reference to Dennis Waterman. I think these... So, Major Reno's lost his horses. Major Reno's dead. After he survived the battle in real life, but was then had a couple of court martials for disorderly conduct and also being a bit of a peeping Tom. Oh. The American Indians who are loyal have died. Our Indian attachment, the Crow and the Arikara. Company K, who are not dead, but they've lost their horses, and a Private Godfrey. Oh, he's still going, Private Godfrey. So he was basically, they caught him outside a fellow officer's house, allegedly peering in for the sitting room window at his teenage daughter. And it's like, I think he was cleared of it, but that basically ended his career. It's like, and that wasn't the first time he had that sort of charge against him. It's a bit Also, he was cleared of being drunk at Little Bighorn, but not all that sort of stuff. Benteen kept challenging people to duels. Eventually, he got kicked out. Benteen was a very odd man. Reno was just depressed, I think, and drunk. If you got a good book about it, the book called The Last Stand, by a proper historian who isn't me. Yeah, it was interesting. What happened next? Like some guys just didn't live well at all. Right, we're not going to try running away because we're sensible, and we are going to try and run away and get to a hill. And then dig in on the hill and hope for reinforcements, which will arrive on the morning of the 27th. In 5-minute turns, we might be waiting a while. Also, I nearly forgot a guy. Company K is not dead yet. They can shoot lots of ammunition. We're firing at these guys. They've got no bullets left. My kind of odds. It did no good, but it was worth a try. And they'll get in the way as we try and retreat. There were some guys down here. Private Godfrey. Yeah, exactly. Use it all up. Right. And we've got Last Stand Hill. Right. Keogh. You could do a charge. Do a rally first. Yay! Puppy power. And you could charge these two guys and get driven back at heavy losses, which is a bad idea. You've got lots of bullets and you're in a last stand. Do a shooty. There are 20 men here with carbines at very close range. And we've caused some casualties. 15 men now. Not looking so clever. We're now 109 points to the bad. Obviously losing Custer is pretty bad. But there's Kikim's Crazy Horse. If we can kill Crazy Horse, maybe get some points back. You never know. Because Crazy Horse was very important. I think Sitting Bull does exist, but he doesn't fight because he was too old. Sitting Bull was brave though. He proved his bravery before this. Basically, he went and found some soldiers who started shooting at him at a great distance, 500 yards away. Like, bang, 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 bang. So he got his pipe out, sat on the ground, and had a So while he was smoking, they were all shooting at him repeatedly, missing. So he had a smoke. Told his mates, come and sit, we have a smoke. In order, a bit of a smoke. Then he finished his pipe, cleaned his pipe, and then walked off again while still getting shot at. And basically, they're going to fail. Yeah, Sitting Bull's not a coward. He's not fighting because he's too old, but he's definitely not a coward. So Keog's still on top of the hill. I think we've lost Last Stand Hill. £113 points to the loss. Turn 24. All these... Here we are. Right. That's Company K gone. But they got in the way to let Company B escape. So B Company now. Still mounted with the pack train. We're trying to cross the river. And we're in fighting mode. Oof, up to me now. Okay, fine, if it's up to me. Can we call the whole thing off? So it's 15, we're tired. We're going to dismount. And we're going to shoot somebody. Because we're not going to get out of here alive. Let's shoot, no, not you. Yeah, shoot you guys. And we cause some casualties on top of this hill. We're currently not doing well. And the other side of the battlefield, I think that hill there's Reno Hill, or maybe it's that one back there. So I want you to get onto the hill and dismount. Excellent. I want you to shoot at the enemy who are over there. Didn't do anything, but worth a go. And then get onto the ridge. And you get out of the way and do some shooting. It's getting faster. Turn 25. The ghost of Custer's still quite bolshy. So Keog's now disrupted with his special horse. Very nice horse. Keog's now broken and has lost his horses, so we can't now shoot them. That's the end of Keog. Apparently, a very handsome man, Keog. Custer didn't like him because he was talking to his wife, and his wife was talking to Keog. Custer didn't like that. And he had lovely hair. Unlike Custer, had lost his hair because Custer was going bald. So many names of people we haven't killed. Here we are. So both took casualties there. Not doing so well. We are rather outnumbered. It is up to me. It's now 5 o'clock. Run away. I want you to dismount. We've got lots of bullets. You can fail to dismount, bizarrely enough. Not quite sure how that works. Maybe you just stay on your horse. So again, the pack train. We can go for last stand mode. The pack train. horses haven't moved yet. We probably shot the mules. Hopefully we've still got all our bullets. And that's all she wrote. Or is it? They're still coming. So lovely names, aren't they? Star Walker, Wooden Leg, One Horn, Knife Chief. Cool names. Because they defeated General Crook, they defeated General Custer. There's General Terry still coming, and so's Colonel Gibbon. Yeah, holidays will be a good one. Bet you can fill your legs with bullets. Here we are. 123 points down. Last stand. So this guy, we got lots of bullets. Let's get on the ridge. Get off our horses. So being on a ridge with elevation 4 must give us some kind of advantage. What it is, I don't know. But we have some kind of advantage, surely. He got no movement left. You have. You can do some shooting. And I think we've broken those guys. Not so cocky now, are they? You see, the pack train's doing very well. And you can send the wall bands back to their tents, where they can get mounted and that, just if you feel like it. I don't know what the advantage of it is, but you can definitely do it. They can only get horses when they're inside their tents for some reason. So when I first played it as the Indians, I left my tents and then went to get horses and then couldn't actually get on horses. I had to go back into my tent. It was a bit strange. The manual probably explains it all, but obviously we haven't got the manual. And don't get the manual because it's silly, because we're only going to play this once a year. But it's an interesting game, to be fair. And again, you have options like giving Gatling guns. Apparently Gatling guns are a big help because they are very, very powerful at shooting people at range. So set them up at the south of the village, just turn the handle. So he's got off his horse. So I think he must have some advantage in hand-to-hand combat, maybe, or it's on certain terrain. So he's attacking us up at high elevation and with infantry and a last stand. So he's now broken. So because of that, I'm going to charge down the hill and attack him. You see? Bit of tactics there. Bit of tactics. 4-to-1 odds. My kind of odds. Oh, so we've got some new friends coming. They're broken. You see? I think we're going to take this back. If we keep shooting people, it's going to be okay. We can still win possibly if we shoot everybody and no one else dies. Possibly. So you've got 122 points down now. Step by step. Oh, they disrupted us. That's a bad thing. We can rally though. You can recover from disruption with a rally. So those guys have gone onto a ridge. So that ridge racer. First of all, let's recover. Yay! Mr. Pack Train, can you shoot those guys on the ridge? They're disrupted, which is what we like. What are these guys like? There are 15 men here. They've got ammunition though, so we don't like those. We're going to go back on our ridge, and we're going to shoot those guys. And And we've routed them. But we like that. We can't move anymore though. Bit of shooting. Disrupted. So again, that's I'm not quite sure what it means, but it's obviously it helps. 122 points now. Yeah, see? It's all coming up Custer, even though he's dead. And there's plenty of horse meat to eat. So he was routed, now he's recovered. He was disrupted, now he's recovered. He's on foot, you see. It's our go again now. So we've got lots of ammunition. So we're going to shoot him. Bang! Disrupted. And you're going to shoot him. 45 men, locked with carbines. Bang, bang, bang. He suffered the loss. He's now broken, which means these guys are going to heroically charge in. And this is how you do war. See? It's easy, this. 121 points. Your move, War Chief. It's like 3D chess. 4D chess. My vision of this day has been fulfilled. Hoka hey. I think it's just a name. I don't think pony soldier's an insult. Like I said with hard backsides wasn't an insult. It's like it was like, yeah, just a name. I think this is one of those things that, oh, you're a bloke, you ride on a pony, you're a pony soldier kind of idea. There were also infantry. Custer was offered infantry and said, no, I don't want infantry. I was surprised that infantry were actually quite useful in these kind of wars. Because you just march around. It's like, well, no, they're actually quite useful. So this is the end. And they give us the stats, I believe, which is... Yeah, I think that's pretty conclusive defeat. I think that is a pretty conclusive defeat for the 7th Cavalry. But what I can do, show you the map. They show everything on the map. I said, yeah, we're pretty much... what's the word? A lot of the guys has gone home. The red circles basically guys still in their tents. You haven't left their tents yet. So I think they were quite comfortable in their victory.